Well, I think you remember him for someone that brought success to football clubs that weren't expecting it in such quick time. I think that was his biggest asset. He got almost instant results. I mean, he put a side together at Hartlepool to win promotion for the first time in their history. And then when he came to Derby County, they'd won the FA Cup before, but they hadn't won the First Division Championship, and he did that there. And then obviously again at Nottingham Forest, you know, it's not taking him too long to get them promoted, and then immediately you're winning league championships and European Cups. So he'll be remembered as one of the great managers of the game of football, but the biggest asset that he had, and it probably was better than any other manager in the history of the game, is that he got results very, very quickly. He got good reactions from his players.
First of all, I think we've got more skillful players than you to take corners, and secondly, you're one of the best in the club. Get in there.
Coming to the club at 7, 8 years old, you're just surrounded by the rich history of the club, and you're quickly told about how much of a great man, how much of a huge influence he'd had on the club. And yeah, it's difficult to sort of not see that and embrace that as well by what everyone says and the many stories you hear.
He was fantastic at his job as a manager. Didn't complicate things for the players. Most of his instructions were quite easy to follow. If you're going to die anywhere, die in our half, defending our goal. You know, and that was it. If you feel like you need a breather, get back and defend, and then once you've made sure that the goal's safe, then you get a breather.
But how do you react though when someone, you know, from your playing staff comes in and says, "Boss, I think you're doing this wrongly"?
Good. Well, I ask him which way he thinks it should be done. We get down to it, and then we talk about it for 20 minutes, and then we decide I was right.
He was so good at talking that, you know, they used to get him on television shows, you know, as often as they possibly could, because he would come out with something quite unusual. He'd come out with something different. And if you come out with something different that nobody else has done before, then you end up being an entertainment.
All season you've said you won't compromise with Forest's style of play. Do you still believe that?
I couldn't compromise to save my life. Nick, I'm not sure about your questions, but there's only one way to play football. That's on grass.
Before we leave the FA entirely, what do you make of the Premier League?
Where do you want to leave?
Well, I just thought before we leave the subject...
Are they going in the Manchester Canal?
You're going to give them a hand, aren't you?
Well, they wouldn't get in for prams. You lot are a bit isolated down here, away from us peasants in the Midlands.
I was born in the Midlands, but...
Yeah, I know, but you got down here as quick as you could.
Do you think, Brian, I know you're edging towards the door, I promise you a final question.
Not edging. I'm going to put you through.
To join the club, get promoted, and then win back-to-back European Cups, you have to be a very special person, especially in the modern day. If you said, you know, a team getting promoted from the Championship, getting in the Champions League and then winning the Champions League twice is near on impossible. So yeah, to do that is extremely special.
So it's like going to school and having a really good teacher that, you know, you both like and respect. And I think Brian Clough got that out of nearly all the players that worked under him. I've got to mention Peter Taylor, his partner, because he was the one that would be called the recruitment officer in the modern game. And he brought in all of the players up till the last year that they were working together.
How do you think it will be remembered by kind of future generations as time goes on? We're making our own history now. How do you think we're going to remember it kind of going forwards?
I think just giving us that platform that anything is possible at this special football club. You know, if it's been done in the past, then, you know, why can't we, you know, do that again and strive for even more? Because, you know, once it's been done once, then people believe it's possible. So let's all dream.